now. So I mentor and coach teenagers and young adults. I've graduated so many doctors. I've taught in Nigeria and in the US. I'm also a researcher. I do groundbreaking researches in labs. I have discovered a cure for a kind of cancer before. I was a Fulbright alumna at Bowie State University, Maryland, USA for about 9 months. I did some research there too. Besides my career as a lecturer and as a doctor, I have veered into training. My other name is Dr. Faith the Planner. I help to mentor and coach teenagers and young adults into their career path, business path, and lifestyle, focusing basically on their passions, because I found out along my journey with teenagers in the university that a lot are confused about what they want to do about their lives. Some people study one thing and what they want is different for their lives. So I have people graduating even with masters and they don't know what next to do with their lives. So that has been my focus. I am a convener of Boost from Faith. It's a Facebook group that boosts my members daily. We just clocked a year last week. I have a non-government, an NGO, a non-profit organization called Godson Generation. Our mandate is to put value, etiquette, and morals in kids during their formative years. Because I found out as a lecturer that most of the teenagers who come to the university isn't that they are bad, but their formative years were empty. Parents don't have the time. So the NGO focuses on instilling value, etiquette, and morals in kids so that we can have better adults and teenagers in the future. And finally, I run an after school called Place of Care because we found out that there was a vacuum for parents, especially career parents, from when school closes till when parents pick their kids from school. These kids are left in the hands of strangers, nannies, and all that. And that's what has led to a lot of abuses and all. So what we do at Place of Care is we pick your kids from school for you and we keep them, we take care of them, they do their homework, we get them ready for bed. We're open till 9 p.m. so that you can face your work and have your peace of mind. So basically that's what I do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we have Mr. Leke here. Mr. Leke, are you here? Your mic is not on. Mr. Leke? Mr. Leke? Okay, well, while we're waiting for him, we have heard from the speaker, and although for my previous introduction, I spoke about the first edition of J-Hub, and I also spoke about the second edition of J-Hub. While we are doing the second edition, I said, while I was meditating, I found out that for those that are just coming in, I found out that the J-Hub program relates to what is happening in Nigeria now. It relates to what is happening in Nigeria now. A lot of people have anxiety and fear as regards their job, and also about their skills. They don't know what to do with it. So I just went for that, okay, we need to do this program now. Last 2018, there are people that are online now that were live in the event. We had it in live, not an online section like this. So okay, technology has made it so easy for us now. We can still have this program, and then we can have it as effective as it's meant to be. In fact, what we are having here now is quite encouraging when we did it for the first time. So this edition of J-Hub is going to deal with your career, going to do with your skill, and going to do with your job. And for business also, you can see that we have different speakers here from different backgrounds. We have HR. The essence is ask questions, get to learn from them. We have taken some questions from the general public that we're going to ask them. And these general questions, they'll be able to deal with it and listen to the answers. They will be able to answer the questions. These questions is even shared to the speakers as regards their background. So I will go into the discussion section now, where we have questions. I'm expecting Mr. Leke to join in. Maybe when he joins in, he can now help us with the question. Are you here?
I'm in. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Leke.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we're waiting for you to talk to us about yourself. Please, can you just do that brief introduction about yourself now?
Okay, my name's Leke Davis. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a certified.
Okay.
I think we've lost him. We're not hearing him again. I can't hear him from here.
Mr. Leke, it's raining in Abuja, so I believe we were having some network itch. But can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Mr. Leke, we can't hear you. Mr. Leke, you have to hold on. So maybe when you're asking your questions, you can now tell us about yourself before your questions. Okay. So I'll just go to Mrs. Winifred. My first question here says, what will employers be looking for in their employees during this time and post COVID pandemic? You've been in HR for a while and for long, and you've been also in consulting. You'll be able to let the audience know what employers, because they said the HR is the bulldog of the management. So they see that, okay, you know the secret of what is going to happen in a couple of months, a couple of weeks. Sorry, none of the people here are from your company, and so there's no secret that is going to be let out, but make it very generalized so that others can understand and can benefit from it. What will employers be looking for in their employees during this time and post-pandemic? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brian. Unfortunately for the world at large, I would say that this pandemic is quite new to us all. And at least in the last 2 weeks, I have been it has been trial and error in what to do post this lockdown. So this for employees, what an organization should be looking for during this time would be adaptability. You know, before now, I'm sure that about 60%, if not 70% of organizations did not believe in work from home. People can work remotely. Yeah, especially Nigerian organizations, you know, they believe that it's something that only the international street would know. But this period has actually forced us to adapt to the situation. We didn't have the leisure to shut down our doors because of the customers that we deal with. So based on that, you know, we had to adapt to what we had in front of us. So adaptability is key. You know, ability to see a situation and take the bull by the horn and do what you need to do. Also, people that are technology savvy, you know, now I'm sure going forward, that would be, if it wasn't already, it would be the one of the skills in the forefront that organizations will be looking for. Because, you know, working from home or working remotely would, you won't have like an IT person right in your home. So it's important now that employees, people that want to work professionally or even on their own, try to acquire soft skills. And it's not just about Microsoft Office skills. It goes beyond that now. And also, because we're talking about post-pandemic, adherence to safety is also key. Because with this pandemic, we're not sure how long it's going to last for. And I know that this lockdown will not last for as long as the pandemic lasts for. So if people have to resume back to work, it's important that, you know, everybody is equipped with the knowledge of what's going on right now and how they can equip themselves so that they are safe generally. So I think that's basically the three key points I would like to discuss.
Yeah, I would like to take some points here for purpose of those that are here. You mentioned adaptability. It means that there's a change going on now. And then one key thing you mentioned was not Microsoft skill. Not Microsoft skill. I believe that should be said to somebody who is just living primary, early years. Early years now. My son can navigate my phone without going to computer school. So knowledge base now, employers are expecting you to relate with the trends now. I'll give an example. Throughout the lockdown, the 5 weeks in Abuja, I've been engaged. I've learned video editing. I've learned graphic design. I've learned several things on my own. And I've learned to create a future of the business that I don't. Sorry.
Okay.
So I've been able to create a future. I've been able to create a future for myself. So I believe this is the way to go. So the HR has told us here that employers will be expecting you to develop new skills. New skills as regards what is happening now. That is your selling point. That is your selling point. We'll get to the new skills. Someone else will tell us what are these new skills. What are these new skills that employers will be looking for? And I want to say something. The cliche there now, look beyond where you work. Look beyond where you work now. I've had my employer that told me one time that, Leko, I'm sorry, she slashed my salary and I was not okay with it. And then later, subsequently, she could not pay the salary. I said, don't worry, let's forget about this job. She said, what are you going to be doing? I said, madam, I cannot be idle. I cannot be idle. And today, we've met last year. She came to my center. She met me. So that makes her to understand that I was not just talking for my head. I'm talking for my skill. That while I was with her, I've been able to do something for myself. So I won't talk today too much. We're here to listen to the speakers. So I think, Mr. Leke, are you here now? I won't take it in sequence where the question is written. Mr. Leke, are you here?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I will ask you this question, but before you answer the question, you talk about yourself, then you answer the question further. So what skills will I need to keep my job secured? And how can I develop adequate skill required?
Okay, my name's Leke Davis. I'm a chartered accountant and a grants and compliance expert, a data analyst expert as well. I work in the NGO sector where we support the health, the leadership, and the agricultural thematic areas and conflict and resolution responses. I work with an organization that is funded by the USAID and CDC Atlanta. So in a nutshell, for me to respond to the question of the skills you will need post-COVID, one of the first criteria that everybody must put at the back of their mind is adaptability and flexibility. You need to change the way you do things. That's the first thing. There's no longer rigidity in doing business any longer. If you're not ready to shift, the paradigm has shifted. It's not business as usual. I don't need to see a customer face-to-face before I transact business. I know a lot of people that have that kind of sense of rigidity. I don't use ATM. I don't use online platforms. A lot of them are paying for the price during this period. The business platform has shifted. The work ethics has shifted. Everybody must learn how to be adaptable, to be flexible. Since morning, I've been working on quite a number of vouchers. For the first time, I was able to develop a procedure, an SOP, on how to sign vouchers without seeing the vouchers physically. So it means that things are going to change from the normal norm. So everybody must come with the notion that there must be a skill